Now, despite the Neo-Sumerian resurgence, it is going to be short-lived, and one of these city-states will take over, the city-state of Babylon. And Babylon is going to be simply another city-state until Hammurabi comes along. He's its most powerful king and will take control of the city-state. And then he'll start to expand, becoming an all-powerful ruler of southern Mesopotamia. And part of the way he does that is by written law, by Hammurabi's code. And some examples from this code are, it's literally an eye for an eye. If you poke out another person's eye, your eye gets poked out. If you steal from temple property, you will be put to death, as will the person receiving the stolen goods. Or in another example, if you rent and wreck a boat, the renter shall replace the boat with another boat. Or if a wife is caught cheating, both her and the man she cheats with will be put to death. And this is a key feature of a lot of early civilizations, this idea of written law. But Hammurabi's code is a little different than what you would think of today. So here we have the stele with the Law Code of Hammurabi, and the code that's written on it, and you'll see it in a little more detail in a minute, is not law stating you shall not kill or anything like that. Instead, it's precedent law. What it's doing is it's writing what the case was and how Hammurabi ruled. It's called precedent law. It's how we deal with the United States Supreme Court today. If you were to argue in front of the Supreme Court, it's all by precedent. Well, in this case, you ruled this way, so in my case, you should rule this way. Same thing here. And this is showing the extension of authority from God, or a god in this case. And what we have is on the right, we have the god, and on the left, we have Hammurabi. And the god is handing him law, in this case symbolized by rods and rope, which are symbols for building and measuring. But you can also see them as symbols of building a society, which is exactly what he's doing. We also see this very unusual form where Hammurabi and the god are both sort of unusually twisted. His feet are facing forward, his hips are facing us, his shoulders are facing us, but then he's facing the god. And this very twisted, unusual form is trying to make the depiction more lifelike and more interesting. Whether it works is really up for debate. Now, the Babylonians will exist till about 1595, and then the Hittites will take over. Don't worry about all these civilizations. Basically, I'm just letting you know that we're dealing with different cultural groups as we move forward. And as we move forward through the class, I'll be discussing more and more the history and culture of these various peoples as it relates to the art, so you understand why these pieces are created.